Sell stop right there.
On the thing. Okay. I'm gonna take a look at it right now after I set up the room. I'm gonna set this up real quick.
Sell stop right there. Yeah, I put mine on 35466 on trading view.
You're not in it yet, right?
No.
Okay.
It's like 2 lows down.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll probably wait a little bit. Well, for me, I'm gonna wait a little bit before I put it there. I'm gonna put it where, like, right before market open, because I don't want to get in too early. Because I'm just trying to catch as it spikes. But let's see, still kind of early. It's 6:19 right now.
Yeah, I only put it on one of my accounts.
Okay, that's good. Looks like price is coming down though. Yeah, when the market opens, when you see a spike in either direction, we'll know exactly why, because of earnings. Good. Hey guys, morning. I'm going to finish setting up the room real quick and then we can get started. 6:21 right now, so the market is going to open in about 9 minutes. We have earnings today for P&G, which is Procter & Gamble, and United Health. So we'll see where it goes from there. So I do expect a spike in price in one direction or the other. So see what happens here, guys. Kodi. Sorry guys, I got my dog right here next to me. All right, let's see. Morning, Kenny. Morning, Patricia. Morning, Peter. Morning, Maria. Morning, Fahad. Morning, Miles. Morning, Kenneth. Morning, Barack. Morning, everyone. Let's see. It's the pricing my dog here. Someone's going on his walk. I get relaxed, go get down. Morning, Barack. Morning, everyone. Let's see what we got over here. All right, 6:22 right now. So still a lot of people trying to make their way into the room. We'll give it a few more minutes until we So we get started with our analysis. So I'll take a look at everything from retail sentiment and fundamentals and all that stuff. What you guys can see on my chart now is I've been drawing the high lows pretty much from London Open up until now. Because what I started to notice is, like, for example, if we have an entry here, like a variation for a sell, it's generally going to push to like one of these previous lows. And then if price breaks or closes past one of these previous lows, it generally pushes to the next one. So it kind of gives you an opportunity to catch a bigger move. You know, as I continue to test things, there's going to be more additions and more opportunities to catch bigger entries and bigger positions while you are in a position. So like, say, for example, right here, if we have a variation, price pushes down, it's probably going to break through all this liquidity right here and push down to here. But you guys will see as we go along. You know, I'm always looking for ways to make more profit, looking to trade more efficiently. The chart might be a little more messier, but you guys will see it'll make a lot more sense as the day goes on. So see what happens here, guys. But anyways, looks like a lot of people are making their win. Morning, Mauricio. Morning, Lisa. Morning, Scotty. Morning, everyone. Looks like people are still making their way in. Hey, Rav. Morning. And as you guys can see right here, so like I was just saying, for example, these lows here haven't been tested. There's a lot of lows right here. So if price pushes below this point, it's probably going to push all the way down here. It's going to hit this area, hit liquidity, push down lower, hit liquidity down there, and just push all the way down to here. If it hits down to this point, it's probably going to push all the way down to the bottom right here. So, you know, I'm always looking for ways to make more profit or to trade a little more efficiently. So we'll see how this goes. Anyways, morning, Brenda. Morning, Nick. Morning, everyone. 6:25 right now. Market is going to open shortly. As we continue on, I'm going to keep adjusting my lows and highs further. So let's see. Looks like we're good for the most part. All right, guys. Anyways, looking over here at retail sentiment is currently 57% long. So we might be looking for some sells here. However, looking at fundamentals right now, the fundamentals are currently bullish, up 110 points. So there's no bias right there between the two. So I'm not necessarily looking to enter anything specific at this moment because they're not coinciding. So once the market opens, if this is bearish and this turns red, then it's going to coincide with the retail sentiment. Then we'll be looking for some sells. But right now they're doing the opposite. Retail sentiment is currently 57% long, and the fundamentals are currently bullish. So they're both looking in opposite directions. So we will see what happens from there. Morning, Delmas. Morning, Matt. Morning, Patrick. Charlie said, good morning. I'm not trading after our morning sessions anymore. Man, don't tell me you lost those profits, Charlie. I know you were trading yesterday. You were up like 3,000 or so. Hopefully you didn't lose all of it. But yeah, guys, whenever you guys trade, damn, Charlie lost. So Charlie made like about over 3,000 profit during the live session. And then after, he unfortunately lost all of it and more. So guys, you know, just a reminder, you know, these live sessions are usually the best times to trade. You know, when I recommend that you guys don't trade after it, you know, there's a reason for that. So it's all good, Charlie. It is what it is. You learn from it. Now, I mean, sometimes you guys got to do stuff to take L's so that you can like understand, right? Because sometimes you just got to know, like for everyone, you kind of just got to know, you got to do it. And then if it works, then great. If it doesn't, you're like, all right, I probably shouldn't do that again. But it's all good, Charlie. You'll bounce back. No problem with that there. Going over to the chat. Scroll up real quick. See if I'm missing anything here. Talanji said futures data was down 120 during London, but both 3-minute dailies were buys, and they both hit. London dailies have been so the futures data, yeah, I'm not sure what the futures data was during London because I mean, obviously I wasn't up during London, but during London over here, I mean, during Asia session, it was down, and then London, it went up. I mean, obviously, that's usually what happens, right? It'll have a direction during Asia, and then it usually reverses around London. That's why I don't trade first 2 hours in London. Right here, this is where the reversal happened from midnight, which is London open. And then after the first 2 hours right here around 2, then I would probably start taking trades. As you can see, price continue to push up higher and higher. But yeah, I mean, the fundamentals aren't going to be accurate during off session because the market's technically not open. So that's why you guys got to be careful trading outside of New York session. But all right, guys, so let's see what we got over here. Market is going to open in about 2 minutes. We don't really have a bias right now for fundamentals and retail sentiment. They're both going opposite directions. So we'll have to see what happens when the market actually does open. Yeah, Talanji said, yeah, Matt said the 10-minute daily is going to be a sell, I believe. Yeah, I can see that too. Talanji said it was negative 120 but 3-minute daily was a valid buy. Then it went positive by the time it went to. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I don't use a daily because a daily is meant for New York session. So, I mean, if you guys have been testing it on London, great. That'll be beneficial for us to see how well that you play out with it. But yeah, no, thanks, Kalonji. That's good that you've been applying it and it's been hitting. Because that's good. Maybe we can use it during other sessions. All right, market is going to open right now in about 20 seconds, guys. So when the market opens shortly, we will see where it goes from there. If it's bearish, then great. It's going to line up with the retail sentiment. If not, then probably going to hold off for a bit. All right, so let's see what happens. Earnings are going to be released today. So Procter & Gamble earnings plus United Health Group. Market is now open. Let's see where the fundamentals are sitting. They are currently 69 points in the green. Not very strong, but they are bullish right now at the moment. I don't know how long it's going to hold for. We'll see. Looks like price is actually pushing up right now. So United Health Group looks like it had good earnings. It's up 88 points. Procter & Gamble as well. So earnings for both United Health Group and Procter & Gamble look like they were bullish. So they pushed up right there. So Maddie, if you have your, or I don't know, let's see what happens here. Price might be coming right back down. There it goes. It comes right back down. Maddie, I'm not sure if you, damn, looks like your sell stop. I was too late to set it. I don't know if you entered right here or entered right here. If you entered right there, Maddie, you probably would have gotten out already. If you entered right here, you're probably still in it. Guys, I'm just talking to Maddie about something else. Me and Maddie were discussing this earlier. Yeah, the problem with it being risky right here is that it's at the Asia low or Asia high, whatever the Asia session right there, where this purple line is. Got really close and then bounced. All right, so I'm going to adjust this over here. Yeah, did you get out, Maddie? I'm not sure if you got out or not. I was going to tell you to cancel it. Okay, cool. You got profit though, right? Yeah, because I was going to tell you to cancel it because the fundamentals are actually bullish. We're anticipating it to possibly be, okay, perfect. Now you're good, Maddie, for sure. Yeah, so as you guys can see that, well, I mean, you guys can't see because you guys don't know what I'm talking about, but Maddie, you saw what I meant right there, right? You entered the sell stop and it hit right there. Your TP went right past it. All right. So anyways, going back to normal chart. Sorry, guys. Me and Maddie, we've been getting on for like pre-market, discussing things that I've been kind of testing. So you guys are probably out in the dark right now. I'm not really sure what I'm talking about. But I'm always looking for new things, guys. So like, as I mentioned, I'm always looking for new ways to make money. I'm always looking for ways to make our trades better. Maddie made a quick profit off that, something that I was testing yesterday. Just going over it with CT. I don't know if CT's in here. No, he's not. Yeah, no, played out perfectly, Maddie. And there he goes, it comes right back down. So what we're looking for here is I'm looking for the fundamentals to be bearish so that we can take some sells, because the retail sentiment right now is 57% long. So we want to be trading opposite of retail. And you can see right there, I think it's dumping, Maddie. Oh my God, look at that, Maddie. If you held on to it, bro, it would have dropped even lower. So right here, Maddie, if you held on to it, like I was mentioning, it pushes to the next area down here, right? So it played out exactly like I was telling you earlier, Maddie. If you had your stop loss above here, it's probably going to drop to this point right here. So this is where it's going to drop even further. Oh yeah, Charlie is right. I didn't even think about that. Charlie said that would be the breakout, right? The last candle right here would be the breakout, actually. This one right here, Charlie. And it's still running. I'm not going to enter it though, it's too late. I'm just, there's a bunch of different things that I'm kind of like discussing right now. It's a couple other ways that you can kind of let your trade run if you already have a trade running in that direction. But yeah, Maddie, you see what I mean. So guys, if you guys are just joining the room, you guys can see there's a lot of lines on the chart. What I'm doing basically is I'm leaving up the lows that have not been broken. If there's a lot of liquidity around this area, so for example, this drop right here, I was already anticipating this drop to happen. I was on the live session with Maddie for like 2 hours prior to this. So I've been live for about 2 hours now. And I drew like a lot of liquidity areas here. So what I was mentioning to Maddie was, and to people here, was that if you have a sell entry here and price pushes down to to these lows here, it's going to push to the next low right here. It's like the liquidity zones that I taught you guys a long time ago. Pushes down to this area and it pushes down even further until it pretty much triggers all of these liquidity zones right here. So instead of going for like 100 pips here, you know, for a little move, for example, if we had a sell here, instead of going for 100 pips, you could go for like maybe 200 pips or 300 pips or 500 pips. So it's just something that I've been working on, but you know, we'll continue to use it along the way. It's just going to be a matter of time until we start implementing this into strategies that we're looking at. Yeah, Delmas, United Health Group and Procter & Gamble both have earnings today. So freshness right here. United Health Group, let's see. United Health Group was positive, and Procter & Gamble also positive for today. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of right down the middle. There's not really, I mean, it is bullish, but it's not very strong. It's just kind of right down the middle. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for this to swing to the sell side. This low has been broken. Low right there. Another thing that I've been marking up as well, guys, I'm marking up lines here at every hour, because if you look at every hour, you can kind of see where price is and has been moving. I know I tend to do this just for mid-market reversal, but for the most part, every hour is pretty solid. But yeah, there's just no entries available right now. Yeah, not at the moment. Right there. This up a bit. Couple highs right here. Low right there. But yeah, guys, there's just no entries available right now. We'll continue to follow along, but there's just nothing available at the moment. As you guys can see, there's a lot of liquidity down here though. So if price makes its way down here, say if price comes and we have a sell entry right here, then I'm anticipating it to drop probably to down here. So you're just going to see all this liquidity get knocked out. Anyways, I wouldn't take any trades right now. The volatility is too high and there's just nothing really to take at the moment. It's kind of just going back and forth. So here is our Maddie, there's liquidity again that it hit right there. So now that it's hit liquidity around that area, it's probably going to push up to this area right here, the next high. And I mean, we'll see if it does. It's probably going to hit it. Let me put the strategies here. There's no entries available though, guys. This is just something that I've been testing. So variation 1, variation 2, and it did exactly what I just said, guys, right? So it pushed up to the next liquidity zone. So this is why it's important that you guys have this high-low indicator, because it's going to show you where price is likely to go. You can see price broke the high right here where it touched it, and it pushed up to the next liquidity zone, which would be that area right there. So as you guys can see, it's very like this stuff that I've been testing. It's like, it's pretty big. I mean, this stuff's going to help you get like really big moves, like, 500 pip moves whenever price reaches liquidity areas. So yeah, Maddie, not sure if you saw that right there, but it did exactly what I've been showing you all morning. And I've been back testing this. Like I was on the computer like all day yesterday, back testing this, days and days behind to see how it worked. So I'm probably going to keep leaving my stuff up here. Yeah, I know it is nice, huh? It's all good. All right, so you guys kind of know what I'm doing with that. I'll probably find a way to incorporate this into one of the strategies or all the strategies that we're using. Because this is basically just it's a way to get more profits out of the entries that we're already taking. It's not a strategy on its own. It's more so, well, I mean, it is a strategy on its own because I have created a strategy for it, but it's not one that I plan on teaching anybody. This is one that's it's really risky. I've only explained it to a couple people. Yeah, Rain said that's it, Sean. Seek the liquidity or get liquidated. Oh, exactly. But the market is kind of crazy right now. So even if like I'm showing you guys these things here, so like again, guys, see how we have all this liquidity down here? When price comes down to this area and it touches it and it just breaks through here, odds are it's probably going to push even lower. So if I have a variation for a sell, and it's getting past this area, instead of just getting my small TP, I'm going to write it all the way down here. So instead of just getting 100 pips, I'm going to go for maybe 200 pips or 300 pips. And it works really nicely. Nice. Rick actually caught that buy earlier. When I was telling you guys it was going to push up higher, Rick caught a $700 profit off that. So, like I mentioned, guys, I never stop learning. Like if I see a pattern in the market, and I find a way to make our trades even better. I mean, our trades are great as it is already. I'm always looking to get better. The market's always changing, and I'm always adapting to the market. Like you see a lot of people who just use the same strategies over and over again, even when they stop working. That's why we never lose very much, because when I see something that works better or something that we can use to improve to what we already have, which is good, our strategies just get better every day. Because it's like a game, right? Like I treat this as a game. I treat this as like solving a new puzzle, like every day. And we're just gonna keep getting better. Anyways, no entries right here off the 1 minute, going over to the 3 minute over here. No entries off this either. Let's see what we got over here. Market open is right here at 6:30. So nothing off the 3 minute. Charlie's asking if there's a snipe right here. Technically, yes, there would be a snipe, but I wouldn't take it because that was opening candle right there, Charlie, 6:30. So I wouldn't take it off the opening candle because you gotta, price is usually gonna move kind of crazy off the opening candle. So I'd probably wait for after. So if there's another entry that comes up after, possibly. But another reason why I wouldn't take it is because retail sentiment is long. So one thing that you guys always got to go back and think about is where's retail sentiment, right? If it's long, I don't want to trade for buys because I'm not trying to trade in the direction of everyone else. So even if we did get a long right there, I wouldn't take it, Charlie. So a couple red flags here. For one, retail sentiment is long. For two, fundamentals aren't even that strong. They're not even up 100 points. So I wouldn't look to take any buys right now at all. I'd probably just wait for it to come back down and I'll look for some sells. Because when price comes down below here, fundamentals are going to shift into the red, right? So if fundamentals shift into the red and the retail sentiment is long, then I'm definitely looking for sells. So I would be I'll be careful with that there. Charlie's asking, am I going to take the 3-minute daily? So if the fundamentals shift to a sell by the time that comes up, then yes, I'll take it. But it's still bullish right now. So I'm not looking to take any trades either direction right now. I'm just pretty much waiting for a bias to present itself because there's no bias right now. Retail sentiment's telling me to take sells. Fundamentals are telling me to take buys. We want these to line up. We want either both of them to tell me to take a buy or both of them to tell me to take a sell. It just becomes too risky because price is just bouncing around like way too much right now in both directions. So not necessarily looking to take either of them until some sort of bias comes up because there just isn't any bias at the moment. Going back over here to the 1 minute, nothing really available at the moment. So see what goes on here. All right, move this higher, lower. All right, so nothing else available at the moment currently right now. This is the clean chart. Rick said this is ugly and I've made 3K so far. Yeah, because it keeps bouncing back and forth. Volatility is too high. There's no clear direction. Price is just going back and forth. That's why you guys got to be careful and not chase or FOMO into any of these moves here. It's just not worth the risk, especially when there's no clear direction. Once there's a direction that's been confirmed, then yeah, we can take some trades. But currently right now, there's obviously no direction that's set. It's just going back and forth. Thanks, Maddie. Maddie confirmed that retail sentiment is now 58% long. I'm looking for sells, guys, but I'm not going to take any sells until the fundamentals here have confirmed it. It's still bullish right now. So, I mean, technically, I'd be looking for some buys at the moment. But even if I was looking for some buys, there's no entries that are available anyways. So, aside from this snipe right here, there's probably going to be another snipe right there. You could possibly take this one right here, Charlie. I wouldn't have taken this one right here. And hopefully you didn't because it would have went straight to stop loss. But this one right here might be a little better. The only problem with this that I would be wary about is the fact that fundamentals here, retail sentiment is long. So this can easily come right back down. However, the fundamentals right here are kind of strong. They're up 150 points. So if you really want to take that snipe, you probably could, but I would just be careful and understand that there's a lot of risk here because you're going to be trading with retail because retail is currently long right now, and usually retail would be my first thing that I look at. However, it's not that strong. It's long, but it's not strong. It's only 58%. If it was like 65% or 70%, I for sure would not be taking any buys. My guess is that they're probably trying to stack up some more buyers because this isn't strong enough yet. How are they going to stack up buyers? They got to lure people in and push price up higher, right? That's the only way they'll convince people to enter buys. But as soon as there's enough buyers in the market, like as soon as this number increases to like 70, 75%, they're just going to dump it right back down. So that's something that you guys want to be careful of. You know, it's like playing chess. You got to anticipate the other person's move, and the other person is going to be the market makers. You want to see what they're doing so that you could be with them. You don't want to be in the other direction. The only reason it's so bullish right now is because United Health is up 13 points. So that's something that you guys want to be aware of. It's kind of similar to yesterday, right? Yesterday, Goldman Sachs was down like 30 points. And then what happened when you guys took a sell? It lost, right? So you guys don't want to be lured into these temporary pushes in a direction. You want to make sure that you're looking for the overall direction, which for me personally, I'm looking for a sell overall. I just need the fundamentals to come right back down, which they're going to come back down eventually, just not right now. So just keep that in mind, guys. There's a lot of different factors here. You have to make sure that you analyze this completely. You're not just taking trades off your gut. You got to actually think about the trades and make sure that you're not hopping in and not being 100%. You got to do 100% analysis. Look at retail sentiment, look at fundamentals, look at technicals. Where are the technicals right now? Are they bullish? Currently they are 10 minutes bullish because price is above the pivots, trend meters green. Same with the 3 minute, price is above the pivots, trend meters green. And lastly, here on the 1 minute, same situation, price is above the pivots and then trend meters green. So you basically have two confluences for a buy, but you have one big confluence here for a sell. So, you know, you got to weigh the pros and cons. You probably have like maybe a 60 to 70% chance that price is probably going to keep pushing up. However, price just dropped right there. And there goes your third confluence, right? Your technicals are no longer bullish. They're now bearish. So yeah, just like what Talanji said, he said, is this manipulation or natural volatility? Can't trust any of this. It's obviously manipulation, Talanji, because earnings were released today. So like I was just saying earlier, guys, I was just mentioning that, right? Don't trust that price is going to keep going up because there's only one stock here that's really pushing it up. It's United Health. And once this starts to weather out, you know, it's gonna have to eventually. It's gonna weather because the thing is, this is based off the earnings. When people stop, you know, bandwagoning onto these buys for the earnings, price is going to come right back down because retail sentiment is telling me price overall is going to come down. I don't want to trade where everybody's trading. And as you can see right here, price came right back down. So you guys got to be very careful with these here. Paul said there's triple confluence. I don't see any triple confluence here, Paul. There's no low here that was broken and closed. There was a sell signal, but there was no triple confluence here. Not sure if you saw something different, but okay, gotcha. Yeah, no, plus never mind. It's all good. But I'm still looking for sells, guys. So basically what I'm looking for here is I'm waiting for this to shift to the red side, which it's going to eventually. There's only one. I mean, there's a couple stocks here. So there's three main stocks here, right? And if you guys have been following the news and my analysis, these stocks are green for a reason. Procter & Gamble is green because they had earnings. United Health is green because there was earnings. Microsoft is green because they're buying Activision, you know, the big company that created, you know, Call of Duty. If you guys take these out of the mix and these are the only green stocks, price is probably going to come down because there's more red stocks here that are just naturally red. So you guys got to use logic here to identify where the fundamentals are going to be sitting. So as you can see right here, it's still bouncing around that area, but I wouldn't mess with the market. Look how far it's moving. Each candle here is pushing like, let's see. It's pushing like 400 to 500 pips. It's not worth the risk, guys. If you guys hop into any of these trades here, you know, odds are you might get stopped out before you get to your TP. So what I would recommend is to just be careful. There's actually no snipe there that was available. This candle pushed down and then it pushed right back up. So no snipe there because there's no rejection off a pivot. Rejection off structure, but not off a pivot. You know, guys, it's a matter of being patient. You guys gotta wait for all this craziness to stop. Once it's done moving all crazy like that, then you can start to see where the actual direction is. You know, I try to keep up to date with everything that's going on in the market currently right now. There's a lot of stuff that's kind of pushing price back and forth. Yeah, exactly. Maddie said patience is key. I agree 100%. Jay's asking, is this a variation version 2? There is a, no, Jay, there's a wick right there. There has to be no wick for it to be a variation version 2. Let me scroll up real quick. So Lauren said moving the high low every 5 minutes, man. Not even 5 minutes, Lauren, probably like every minute, because it just pushes back and forth each time. Yeah, D said the candles are huge. I agree. Other than that, I think that's it right now. Sorry, Rav. I think Rav had a question earlier. I missed it. Rav said, would you lower your lot size when you take them longer trades or keep them the same? I would keep them the same, Rav. Thing is, we're not changing our stop loss. We're changing our TP. So I would still use the same lot size. D said it's Wild Wick Wednesday. You're right, D. There's a lot of wicks here in both directions. A lot of wicks, actually. So guys, I'd be careful. I wouldn't take any trades right now. If you guys are looking to take trades, think twice before you guys enter anything, because these candles are too big. You don't want it to hit your stop loss before it hits your TP. What I'd probably wait for is for price to consolidate a bit. Once it consolidates, then it'll start to move a little smoother. But currently right now, it's just crazy, right? I mean, crazy is probably an understatement because it's literally bouncing all over the place. See if I can update my lines here. Let me fix opening price. Opening price was right over 630, which is right here. All right. All right, cool. So this right here is going to be opening price. This blue line right here is going to be opening price. Obviously, as you guys can see right here, price is starting to kind of slow down a bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. Yeah, Nick said Poo Market. Paul said this is ludicrous. Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's just moving pretty crazy. So guys, just sit on your hands right now. Just wait for the market to actually calm down. It's just moving too crazy right now. There's no clear direction. And I don't expect there to be clear direction, right? Until these have lined up, the retail sentiment, it's 57% long right now. And the fundamentals are currently 131 points in the green. Until this settles down and it starts to correlate with regard to bias, then I'm going to sit out and just wait. There's just no point into taking these risky trades. Again, right here, no snipe. There's no rejection off a pivot. It's just rejecting off the zone right here. Nothing here off the daily. So as you guys can see, there's no entries that are available at all of the in any of these right here. Yeah, this is what I was kind of testing yesterday. So as you guys can see, I was testing yesterday's move here. So kind of similar to what I was discussing earlier. Where I have these highs and lows drawn right here. Basically, when price comes down and breaks through one of these, it just drops even lower. See, you guys see that right there? That's like a clear example of what I was just discussing right now. So I've been drawing these high lows and I just leave them there. So like, for example, when this one right here breaks below this low, or it breaks below this low right here, you can literally cash that and just write it down pretty heavily. This price will come down. Or it would come up actually. So right here, you have this low. You'd have like a sell stop waiting right there. And then when price finally comes down, like it did right there, you could literally ride this thing to like the next zone down here that was already drawn from like way back earlier. And this thing just drops super far down. So as you guys can see, I'm always developing new strategies, guys. I never stop. If I find some way to make more money, I'm going to find way more ways to make more money trading. That's kind of what sets me apart from like other traders, because a lot of other traders, they'll find one strategy and they'll just like stick to that, not really change anything. I'm always looking for new ways. So, I mean, whoever's been with K2 for a while, you guys have already seen the changes that happen in K2 all the time. Like our original strategy still worked perfectly fine, but I'm always looking for something to make it better or something new to catch bigger moves. And D, you've been with K2 since like K2 is even like anything. So you've seen it. We've had a lot of strategies that were created over time, and I just keep getting better. Yeah, I know. D said we've grown so much. Yeah, like and you too, Matt. Like you, Matt, and D, you guys have been in K2 for like years now. You guys have seen I just get better every month, every day, every year. Like we never get worse. Like I don't think there's a time where K2's ever gotten worse. We just get better every single time, because I'm always adapting with the market. Market changes, when the market changes, you got to change too. But other than that, let's see, nothing here still, guys. I'm still looking at the charts. Nothing on the 3-minute, nothing on the 10-minute. No snipe there, no daily, just nothing really. Yeah, Charlie said it's bouncing off the opening price from yesterday. Yeah, no, definitely. All right, it's getting close to 7. So guys, as I was mentioning before, I draw these vertical lines at every hour, because you guys can see here. So let me just show you guys exactly what I mean. So as you guys can see, every hour is kind of marked up here. You can see from London Open right here, it was bullish, right? So the first initial couple of minutes, like maybe the first 15 or 20 minutes, it was bullish right here. So if I was looking for buys here and I have this marked up, like say, for example, I'm going back over here. If I'm looking for buys here, if I see a variation for a buy, my bias is probably going to be here for a buy. Like if and when it comes up. So like right here, for example, sorry, let me just take this off. You can see there was a variation right here, right? There was a V2 variation because there was a low and a strong green candle. Since I already know what the bias is for the technicals here, I would have taken that for a long, and it would have hit my full TP right there. So as you can see, I actually came up with a lot of stuff yesterday. I was kind of just playing around with the chart, and I started to see a lot of these patterns here. And it goes the same way with pretty much all the other sessions. So like right here, you can see it's bullish. Right here, you can see it was consolidating, but then it became bullish, consolidation, consolidation, consolidation. And then right now, currently from this hour, just huge ranges. Thanks, Fahad. Fahad said FTC chair is about to speak. And FYI as well, guys, Biden is going to speak today too. Rick's favorite person, his President Biden, is going to speak today. So you can see Biden to hold news conference to mark 1 year into his presidency. So today, guys, after the live session, I don't recommend people trade because Biden will be speaking. So just keep that in mind, FYI. He'll be speaking today. And thanks to Fahad over here with the FTC. So the FTC is going to be speaking shortly as well.
Twice weekly.
Looks like they'll be speaking in a bit. Rick said you just said the word Biden and it dropped. And it did. It's dropping heavy, right? Yeah, thanks, Patricia. Yeah, it's at 4 p.m. Eastern. So like if you guys want to trade after, that's why I was saying after the live session, you guys want to be a bit careful because he's going to be speaking a little later today in the afternoon. So he's not speaking right now. That's why we're still trading, but he is going to be speaking later. Thanks for confirming that, Patricia, because I didn't know the specific time for it. Matt said Biden's a market record. Get those sell fingers ready. I know, right? A new zone here is being created, which is cool. Or not zone, sorry. I call it a zone. It's a low. A low right there is being created, it's pending. So pretty much all morning, guys, there hasn't been any entries. We have a possible maybe variation coming if this low right here provides for a stronger. Oh no, actually, this wouldn't even be a variation because this would mean this would need to be a red candle. Let's see if there's anything else over here that I need to see. Let's go back to see where the fundamentals are sitting. If the fundamentals have shifted back to the downside. Not necessarily. They're close to like under 100 points. So it might be shifting down, but we do have a couple of things going on behind the scenes. It says CNBC exclusive, watch FTC chair Linda Khan discuss her plan to take on big tech. So this probably won't affect US 30 too much. I think this would affect the NASDAQ. So if you guys are trading the NASDAQ, because she's going to be discussing how the FTC plans on taking on big tech. Most of the tech stocks are in the NASDAQ 100. So just FYI, if you guys are trading the NASDAQ, this right here is getting pushed to the lower. Yeah, Maddie and Solange said pending 3-minute. I probably wouldn't take, I mean, I would like to take it, but I wouldn't take it because the fundamentals here are still very high. I mean, it's not even in the red yet, right? Still up 100 points. So even if we got a sell for the 3-minute, I wouldn't take it because it's just too risky with the fundamentals still bullish. If this was 100 points in the red, then yeah, then I would take the sell there. But right now it's 100 points in the green. Not really looking to go against fundamentals. Still too strong at the moment. Yeah, Peter said a lot more red stocks now. Yeah, so with a lot of those red stocks that you guys are referring to, it's going to start shifting, right? That's exactly what we're looking for. We're looking for the shift to the downside. However, the these two main stocks right here, Microsoft and United Health, these are really what's carrying the Dow right now. So we'll see. But yeah, there is a pending daily there for the 3-minute. However, it's not one that I'm looking to take. Yeah, so it broke the low right here. So don't be surprised if price comes down to this area right here. And then if it comes down to that area right there, if it comes down to this area right here. So guys, check out these liquidity zones that I was just telling you guys about. So as you can see, price is coming down. I would not be surprised if it comes down even lower. Kind of tempted, or the sell didn't even come up, guys. It disappeared. So there's no daily there. But let's check this out. It's going to come down to this area right here. So let's check this out. I'm literally calling it as it's happening because this is the liquidity zones that I was talking about earlier. So Maddie, you remember this too. We were discussing it pre-market. So we'll see. It might not come down right away, but I do expect it to at least come down to this next low right here. Because there's a lot of lows right here that haven't been tested yet. See, if I was being risky, I would just take a sell. I would try to take a sell somewhere and write it down, but there's no entries available yet. So if we do get a variation for a sell, then yeah, I'll hop into that sell and then I'll write it down to one of these zones. I'm not here to take random trades. I'm here to still take quality trades. But if I do see a quality trade, I know exactly where to write it to. And you can see the fundamentals here are starting to drop. It's down 70. It's up 70 points still, but not very strong for a buy anymore. And there you see as price starts to drop a little more. It's probably gonna drop down to here. It's like almost a 300 pip move. And look, see guys, see how perfect this thing lines up? I told you guys it was going to come down to this area, and there you go. What did I say, guys? What did I fucking say? I told you guys it was going to do that. So guys, see my testing here? It works out perfectly. It did exactly what we anticipated. Price came down. It broke that low right there. Once it broke the low, it just pushed down even lower to the next low, because these areas are acting as liquidity zones, right? It hits liquidity. So it hit right here. And then as soon as it hits this area, it triggers the rest of the stop losses. Because this is what I was mentioning before, guys. So one thing that you guys want to look at is if there's a lot of retail traders here on the buy side, where their stop loss is going to be, right? Their stop losses are going to be down here. So when their stop losses get triggered, so this was a low here. When these stop losses got triggered, it pushed price below here. When these stop losses got triggered, it pushed price even down here, even further. So it's basically, you know, it's just like what Paul said, it's a liquidity grab strategy. So, you know, I've been using this for a while. This is exactly what I used to teach you guys before, right? It's just now we found ways to apply it in different situations. Like if you guys have been part of K2 last year, you guys remember that I used to draw these liquidity zones. Well, here's the liquidity zones, except they're a lot easier to draw because we just have these high lows. And back then we didn't have this indicator. So, you know, back then I didn't create this indicator yet for the high lows. So we were basically just drawing areas where we thought liquidity was sitting. Now we have this indicator that I created and we know where the liquidity is now. So yeah, I mean, as you guys can see here, it works great. Just like Maddie said, this might drop to the next one down here even lower. So yeah, guys, man, I'm excited for this year. I'm trying to make way more money than I did last year. I mean, every year I'm trying to get better. So let's see. Anyways, looking at this right here, I'm going to take these off. But as you guys can see, this stuff played out pretty nice. So as you guys can see, like whenever I create these indicators, guys, I create these indicators for a reason. You know, we always have a bunch of haters saying that I'm just copying indicators. Bro, if I'm copying an indicator, why is nobody else doing this, right? It's like, it blows my mind how people like look for ways to hate over things. I create these indicators for a specific reason because I already knew this strategy before I created the indicators. You know, last year we had the liquidity zones, and then a lot of people kept asking me like, hey, Sean, can you create an indicator to identify those zones better? I created the indicator without even thinking about creating it. I just created it. Now I'm like, okay, there's an indicator that we were looking for last year. We used it for something else. And now it works perfectly with what we were doing before. So what I would recommend, guys, if you guys want to, or if you guys have the ability to, like when you guys ever see these zones here. So as you guys can see, I have these other lows here that have not been triggered yet, right? This is all from London session. So if price breaks this zone right here, we're probably going to see it drop even further to down there. So, you know, as you guys can see, we probably could have a bigger drop. And this is the drop that I'm looking for anyways, because as I mentioned, we have retail sentiment here, which is 57% long. I'm looking for the fundamentals here to change to a sell. Once the bias here goes to a sell, I got all this open space here to just take sells and just continue to make more profits, right? So just something to keep in mind, guys. You know, and for the people who've been with K2 for a long time, you guys can see that we just keep getting better every time. When I find something good like this, I don't hide it from you guys. Even something like this where I barely started testing it, you know, I'm still showing you guys so you guys can see my thought process here. You know, I want everybody to profit, not just me. I mean, I could technically hide this to myself and do it behind the scenes, but where's the fun in that, man? We can all profit off this. Anyways, back to what I was just saying earlier, guys, there's no entries that are available. I'm looking for some possible variations for a sell now, but the problem is that the fundamentals aren't that strong yet. So, but it's dropping. You can see it's now only 50 points. When it goes in the red, then I'll probably start looking for some sells. Once it goes like negative 100, then I'm definitely going to be looking for some sells. Yeah, exactly. Maddie said I need a variation off the sessions. That'd be good. But yeah, other than that, I know this is really exciting to you guys. I mean, it's exciting to myself as well. Because it's just January. So like the thing is, it's crazy. We're thinking of this in January. So I'm thinking like, months from now, how much profit we're going to make using this stuff to catch bigger moves. Yeah. Let's see where it goes from here. Prices continue to drop lower and lower. Exactly, Peter. Peter said, also keep in mind that no one doing better than you will be hating. It's always those who aren't doing anything that'll hate on others. No, exactly, 100%. Yeah, exactly, Talanji. Talanji said everyone does price action, but no one does momentum like this. Yeah, I definitely keep it. I focus on momentum and stuff like that. Math to the 10-minute disappeared. It looks like there's a 10-minute there. I'm not sure if there was one earlier. Maybe there was. This 10-minute is kind of enticing because the thing is, if we have all those lows there that haven't been broken, this daily over here might be a pretty solid entry. But I probably won't take it by itself. I'd probably take the smaller entries within it. Here's the 3-minute as well, which is actually going to close soon. I don't know if anyone's looking to take this trade. The problem with this here is that it keeps disappearing. So possible 3-minute daily there if it does close. If it closes, maybe I'll take it, but I don't know, I'll have to see. I'll take a smaller lot size. I guess I could take this with you guys. It closes. It didn't close. I'm so glad it entered. I was going to enter it too. Man, damn, stupid market. I was trying to take that sell with you guys right there. It didn't close, so unfortunately, no entry. I'm glad I didn't enter it like a few seconds early because that would screwed me over. So no entry there off the 3-minute yet. The 10-minute here is still pending as well. Barack said, I like the explanation. These levels are exciting to master shot next level stuff. Yeah, no, definitely. Haps is asking on your chart, on your chatty, do you add yesterday's close price? No, I've never done that before, Haps. So I'm not sure like where you saw that from, but I've never done that before. I'm kind of curious, like what made you think that I did that? Because we do have the high lows, but we don't have I've never marked up close prices for any of these. I mean, the thing with this stuff here, guys, is that the fact the market runs 24 hours, so there's not really a close price to look at. I mean, there is a close price, but I don't think it'd be useful. But I don't know. I don't know if you heard that from me at some point. I'm just curious where you got that from, because I don't remember ever talking about close prices. Or maybe I did, and I don't remember. I'm just always curious to see like what my where stuff like that came from. If I did say it, maybe I did, maybe I didn't, but I can't remember ever saying that I ever mark up close prices. No entry off here, no entry off the 3-minute, no entry off the 10-minute. Everything that we were looking for, there's just no entry anymore. It's available. Maddie said might range create a low and drop. Yeah, I could see that too. Let me just, so guys, we had this, so guys, check this out. See this low right here that I had marked up? Like literally, I don't know if Rick caught it. Maybe Rick caught it all the way down here, but it did push all the way down to the low that I just mentioned over here. Because I had this low marked up, the price was like way up here. And I was like, all right, price is probably gonna come down all the way down here. So I think the entry happened off this candle, off this low right here. So if you rode this all the way down, it's like well over a 500 pip move. And this is why I was telling you guys not to take any buys, right? The whole analysis that I marked up earlier played out perfectly. If you guys would have waited and not taken any buys, retail sentiment here is always going to be number one. This is going to be my main thing, guys. If this is long, I'm probably never going to take any buys, even if the fundamentals are so green, because as you guys can see right here, price dropped all the way down. If you focus on something like this is going to help you not get caught in any of these fake outs, because these fake outs happen all the time. But yeah, it hit another low right there, and the low is just getting pushed even lower. So I know we have a variation one pending right here, but no, I'm not going to take it, if you guys are wondering. So guys, if you guys, you know, like, because I always get questions like that where people ask me, oh, there's a variation there, would you take it? I for sure would not take it because I'm looking for sells here. So if you guys are asking if I would take any buys at this moment, definitely not looking to take any buys. Let me scroll over here real quick and see what else I am missing. Oh, gotcha. Okay, Hosh. Yeah, no, because when you said that earlier, I was just really curious what you meant by that. But yeah, no, you're good. All right, cool. Yeah, like open and close prices work well if you're trading like certain sessions, but well, I mean, technically we do have them up high. So you know, backtracking, that's what the sessions indicator is. The sessions indicator identifies where the session high lows are. So like, I mean, technically we do mark up the close, or like not the close, but like the higher the low for the session, but we don't necessarily mark up the actual close. Because it's not, it wouldn't really make sense. Because the thing is, like, for example, right here, London and New York cross over. So I don't think it's really necessary, because the thing is you want to get the highs and the lows, not necessarily the close prices for those. The highs and lows would make a lot more sense. So no entries here. Let's see, I said a 3-minute daily. I already missed it. So I don't know if anyone's taking that right there, the 3-minute daily. I missed it, unfortunately. I'll probably look for any possible. Well, I wouldn't even take that 3-minute daily entry, because I don't think the fundamentals have really shifted yet, right? I mean, they're starting to shift. Oh, they are. So it's actually red now. But it's too late for me to enter that 3-minute daily right there. Technically, I could enter it late, but I'm not looking to enter anything late. I'm going to wait for a possible entry here, maybe a variation or something like that. Yeah, not sure if you guys caught it, but I'm not in it yet. The 10-minute actually closed too. I'm like tempted to enter for a late entry, but no, I'm not going to. I'm going to wait for maybe a variation, because it'll probably pull back a little bit. If it pulls back, then I'll catch it. Because the thing is, it's been dropping for so long right here. You guys can see this waterfall. It's probably have to pull back a little bit, but it doesn't have to. But odds are it's probably going to pull back a little bit. If it pulls back a little bit and we get a variation for a sell, then, you know, maybe we could take that. Yeah, and there's a lot of entries here. There's actually another snipe. It's available right here too. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a daily, there's a snipe, there's a 3-minute daily. I'm looking for a variation or even a triple confluence right here. Yeah, Rick said when I'm riding the wave, the variation helps him with his stops. Which, no, is definitely good. Yeah, I would have wanted to enter this 3-minute, but it's okay. I'm going to wait for it to possibly pull back and then maybe get into it late. I just don't know when it's going to stop, though. This thing just keeps dropping. Oh, it might bounce off this New York low. So this is the New York low from yesterday. See if it bounces off it. Or if it breaks below. It might just keep breaking below, honestly, if it hits this right here. Yeah, so guys, if it hits this right here, it's probably gonna drop even lower to this point right here, this line. Yeah, Paul said 1 minute variation for a buy. I said, hell no. Buys today is sell peeps, no buys. Yeah, 100% guys. Don't take any buys. I don't recommend it. Man, I'm trying to catch like maybe the last move right here. Hmm. So if price breaks below this low right here, I'm probably gonna take it for we'll push down. Oh, fuck, my lot size is all messed up. Let's see, I kind of want to set a sell stop here. Trying to see if it hit TP already on this thing. Guys, don't copy my moves here. I'm just trying to catch. So the 3 minute here hit TP. And mine's still pushing them in profit about 500. Just trying to catch the last move of that right there. Because I do anticipate it to probably drop even lower to this down here. My stop loss and profit. Yeah, I'm gonna profit 2,000. Yes, worked out, guys. So like I was mentioning, I was waiting for it to push down to here because I might put my TP too close, unfortunately. But whatever, I got out. I've made some pretty good profit off that. And I made about 1,900. It's supposed to be 2,000. But as you guys can see, the same thing that I drew up earlier, right? So this right here is a session low. I mean, this is a session, right? So like, as I mentioned before, when it passes these areas right here, it pushes to the next low, which is right here, right? So we already had a daily running. We had a daily running. We had the 3 minute running. We had the sniper. We have so many trades running for a sell. So I already knew to take a sell. Like, so I mentioned this strategy right here isn't a strategy on its own. If you have a strategy already running, so you have a 10 minute running, you have a 3 minute running, you have a daily running, right? Whenever price breaks below here, odds are it's going to push down to the next area. Price broke this area. I think it's going to push down even lower to right here. And then what happens when price breaks below here? It's going to push down even lower to here because these are liquidity zones. It's basically a liquidity grab, right? That was nice though. I'm glad I caught that because I was kind of getting bummed out and FOMO. I was thinking of FOMOing because like these trades here are hitting, right? Because I already missed the freaking move here for the 3 minute. I'll give you guys an update for this because I know a lot of you guys caught this right here. So I'll give you guys an update for this in the group. And I did catch pretty much the profits there as well. But yeah, let me just give you guys a little update right there with that. Let's see. This is going to be for the 3 minute daily. Anyways, let me check the profits over. If you guys have profits to send in, feel free to send them in. I'll give you guys an update for the snipe here too, because it looks like a lot of you guys actually took the snipe over here too. Oh, this is the 3-minute. This is a snipe right here. Actually, I'm not going to count this. I'm not going to mark up the snipe because we saw that like super late, but we were actually waiting for this one right here. So a lot of you guys caught this right here. If you guys want to send in profits, feel free. The daily here is still technically running. I'm not going to count the daily, obviously, because I didn't tell you guys it was a good trade to take. We were definitely looking for this 3-minute right here, though. So that worked out perfectly fine. Other than that, let's see. I'm just going to copy this over. There. So let me scroll up real quick. So Al over here locked in a total of 1,639. Great work, Al. We got Twan over here locked in a total of 3,070. Nice work, Twan. Got Patrick over here locked in a total of 3,103. Great work, Patrick. Scotty over here locked in a total of 1,130. Great work, Scotty. Professor over here locked in a total of 2,525. Nice work, Professor. Other than that, Angela over here locked in a total of 1,057. So I think Emil on over here asked what strategy she applies. She applies a pivot strategy here for GJ. It's like the main one that she likes to trade on there. Salorm over here locked in a total of 1,020. Nice work, Salorm. Maddie over here locked in some nice profits off that, about 1,000 in total. This account, his other account locked in a total of about 1,000 there too. Nice work, Maddie. Another one right there, about 1,000. So about 1,000 across all accounts. And again, right there, well over 1,000, about 3,000 almost, or 2,000 almost, sorry. So nice work, Maddie, all across the board with your trades there. Salorm again, another account, it looks like, locked in a total of 510. Great work, Salorm. Jeff over here, locked in a total of 975. Nice work, Jeff. Kenneth over here locked in a total of 795. Nice work, Kenneth. So everyone here locked in some pretty good profit, looks like. Orain over here locked in a total of 655. Great work, Orain. Al over here locked in a total of 2,906 for the day. Man, Al, your consistency has been great. I know when you first joined K2 a while back, it wasn't 100% there, but you're killing it now. Super on point. Charlie over here currently up 3,806 for the day. Nice work, Charlie. Made back some of your losses from yesterday. You just gotta stick to the game plan, Charlie. You should be good. Narith over here, total of 7,845. Nice work, Narith. And Charles over here locked in a total of 594. Great work, Charles. We got a couple more over here. Let's see. Jeremy over here as well, locked in a total of 10,000. Nice, nice. Huge win right there. Yeah, I took this GJ trade on his own. So nice work right there, Jeremy. 10,300 of that GJ sell. So Rick said he was $20 away from blowing his account last night, messing with Asia. Now he's only down 3K. So yeah, recovery there, Rick, but you gotta, I gotta stick to the game plan for you as well. So nothing here off the 3-minute. The snipe here already hit full TP. This daily here is still technically running. And back to the 1-minute over here. We'll see where this goes. So let me just draw a new low right here, and I'll check out the chat as well. It's 7:32 right now, guys. So we got about 20 something minutes until market. This gets close to 8 and we'll probably be done for the day. But yeah, going back to the questions, let me pull up the chat real quick and see what I'm missing here. Let's see. Yeah, Paul said, I love the strategy. No, the strategy is great. I mean, it works really well. Jalanji said blow the horns. Yeah, I gotta get the horns back for the next session. See, Rick said not even I would have taken that sell that late on the session's high low, LOL YOLO. Yeah, Rick, I personally wouldn't normally, but since I started to identify this new analysis to our trades, it works out like really well. So that's why I took it. I mean, normally I wouldn't take it, but now instead of me being scared of the bounce, I'm more so interested in catching it drop even lower. Let's see. Kenneth is asking, do we treat the sessions like a high-low point? Yeah, in some instances. For this instance right here, Kenneth, you would, because we already had sells running. We had the 3-minute sell running, the snipe running, and the daily running as well. So that's why we treat it as a low. However, for the most part, you usually don't want to treat it as a low unless it's the actual session low. So this right here technically wasn't the session low. This was the session low right here, actually, because it's below. Let me see if I can turn this on to see. Yes. So, or actually, what am I seeing right here? I don't even know what this line is right here. Oh crap. Okay. So actually you are right. Because that was the London low. Or I don't know what that green line was, but I'm pretty sure it was the London low. Oh yeah, it was the London low. I just forgot to change the color. My bad. So yes, you are correct, Kenneth. This was the London low. So this was technically a low at that point. And this is a New York low. So this would be considered a low as well. So yes, this right here was actually a good entry because it was low. It wasn't a high. I mistakenly drew that as green because you guys can see when I turn on my sessions, it kind of screws with my candles here. So I just draw my own sections and then I close this. But yeah, since this was a low here, it'd be considered a low if you were to draw the line. It's just that it goes back so far that, I don't want to go back and have to draw the line there. So next thing to look out for, guys, is when price gets to this New York low, odds are it's going to drop to this low right here. So something that I will probably be looking out for. Maybe I'll do another one of those. Oh, it's really close. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Do I want to enter it? It's not there yet, but it's really close to it. I'm going to watch it and see what happens. But yeah, Kenneth, going back to your question, yeah, if it's a low, a previous session low, you can consider that a high low or a low or a high, depending on what you're looking at. Matt said, watching the 3-minute daily, 3-minute, 10-minute daily and just let it go, SMH. It's all right, Matt. If you're not 100% sure about the position, then, sit it out like you did today. It's okay because the trades are going to keep coming. But I know it does kind of suck when you FOMO into it, or when you feel the FOMO and you're not in the position because it's already too late. Obviously, the 3-minute already hit TP and the 10-minute here is already way too far in profit. But yeah, if price breaks below here, I do anticipate it to drop lower. It's just going to be a matter of time. Patrick is asking, Sean, are you drawing liquidity zones from any particular time frame? So these aren't liquidity zones, Patrick. I'm not sure if you missed the earlier part of the session, but these are just high lows. So we're treating the high lows as liquidity zones. They're not liquidity zones specifically. They're just high lows that are here on the 1 minute. So I'm drawing them on the time frame that I'm trading on. Since I'm here on the 1 minute, these lows that I'm drawing are drawn on the 1 minute as well. But I'm not going on any other specific time frame because I just, most of my trades happen here on the 1 minute. Let's see. Yeah, Paul, exactly. Paul said sell stops at previous swing points are a good strategy if the technicals line up. So they are, but they're also very risky, Paul. That's the strategy that I was applying yesterday. I actually have a couple of wins applying that yesterday. The problem with that, though, is the fact that your stop loss would have to be really high if you put it at the previous other swing. Because generally, if you're trading in one direction, the next swing is going to be pretty far away. So depending on like where you place your stop loss, it might be too dangerous. I did take some trades like that yesterday and they did hit TP, but it is kind of risky. Charlie said, him and Rick are trading twins. Yeah, because Charlie was down like 3K yesterday too, and he came right back. Same here, Paul. I didn't realize it's already almost 7:40. So still no entries here, guys. There might be a variation for a sell here. If we get a variation, then maybe we could take that. But currently right now, nothing available. Nice, Maddie. Yeah, me too. D said, hey, Sean, if I usually trade on the 1 minute and use a 5 lot size with a FTMO 100K count, what lot size should I be taking for the 3 minute daily to not over leverage? I took a 2, but I don't know if I could have done more. So, on the 1 minute, you're using a 5 lot and your stop loss is, or your max loss for that is, so like 5 times 300. You're risking about 1,500 off that trade, right? So use a 2 lot times a 500 pip stop loss. You probably could have used a little bit higher. Like, I don't know the exact number. Oh, here, I can probably just do it for you. 2.5 times 500. You probably could have went a bit higher. 2.7 times 500. You could have gone. You probably could use a 3 actually. Yeah, you could use a 3 lot. So you could use up to a 3 lot. You'll risk the same amount because if you're doing that on the 1 minute D, you're risking 1,500. If you're using a 3 lot on a 500 pip stop loss, you'd still be risking about the same amount. So you could have went with a 3, but I mean you're pretty much risking the same thing as if you were trading the 1 minute. It's just you're going for a bigger move. That's why. So main reason why you'd have to lower it. No variation here yet. Rick said, Charlie, it's not a good thing. Let's see. Nick said, if there's a variation version 1, you sent that message at 7:33. I don't see any variation version 1s over here, Nick. Not sure if you saw something different, but I don't see anything here. Yeah, exactly, Maddie. Maddie said, no more dumb trades. Need to analyze the charts like how you did with the last trade. Yeah, guys. So, me and Maddie had a long talk. The loss that we had yesterday, that could have been avoided. The problem is me and Maddie have been waking up at like 4 a.m. So we've been waking up like 2-3 hours before the live session. So by the time I get to the live session, I'm already tired because we've been analyzing the charts and stuff. So the problem with that is that it cuts into my focus here during these normal live sessions. So what I might do is I might just stop waking up for pre-market and then just focus on what we've been doing. Because when I had enough rest and I was able to focus, we didn't have any losses for like almost 3 months, right? The reason why we had a loss yesterday and 1 loss last week was because I was kind of tired because I've been waking up so early. So like what Maddie said, we need to fully analyze the charts whenever we take trades, just like I did right now. And yeah, no, we're going to get back to it. I just need to make some adjustments. Because, I'd rather trade just during New York and win every time and not ever lose rather than, make a couple more wins during pre-market and then have some mistakes during the actual live session. So yeah, Mandy, I think I might just stop waking up early. Let me scroll up real quick. Maddie said a V2. Yeah, I think there was a V2 that was pending, right, Maddie? Yeah, I know. Sorry, I just saw your guys' messages. I'm scrolling down. Rick said, Sean, would you wait for a candle to close or YOLO? I would wait for the candle to close at this moment. It's just too risky right now. Someone just said YOLO is crazy. Yeah, Maddie said we're looking for either a triple confluence to the downside or a version 2, which would be perfect. Yeah, I agree, Maddie, 100%. So if we get a V2 right here, this would actually be pretty good too. So guys, one thing that you guys want to be careful of, Betty, actually, if we get any entries at this point, I don't know if I would even take it, because this is the same setup that we had yesterday, right? Well, not currently right now, but if it keeps ranging within this area, this is the same mistake that we made yesterday. Usually, if you guys remember, whenever I look at the charts, if price goes into a range like this, I usually don't want to take any trades, even if it's a V2 variation or a V1. If it's like testing it for the first time, like say, for example, right here, this was a V2 or a variation of any kind, I would take it. But now that price is ranging within this area, you know, it becomes a bit risky. Like, for example, if I get a version 2 right here, then maybe I'll take, or a variation right here, I would take it. But if it bounces around this area and then it just keeps ranging within this area right here, then I probably wouldn't take it. Because generally, I don't want to be trading in areas where price is consolidating or ranging, especially if it's a tighter range. So for me personally, if we get a variation that bounces around this area, I probably wouldn't take it, Maddie. I'd probably be waiting a bit longer, or a lot longer, actually. Let's see if I can update these right here real quick. Horizontal ray. There. There, and I gotta delete these because these are already broken. Delete. All right, so as you guys can see here, it's a lot easier to see on a clean chart. This is why I like to go in between the clean chart and the messy chart, because it helps with identifying things a lot easier. So price is now currently consolidating or ranging, whatever you guys want to call it, within this area. I'd probably be careful taking any trades, because when price consolidates within this area, it's going to break out above or break out below. So we just got to be careful with this, Maddie. Yeah, no problem, D. Glad I can help you with that. Yeah, Marcus, Maddie said, no more pre-market, LOL. It's back to how we was 2 weeks ago, back to the basics. Yeah, Maddie, I think I'm gonna stop doing pre-market, because even right now, guys, I'm kind of tired. I've been awake since 4 o'clock. It's 7:45 right now, and I only got like maybe 4 hours of sleep because I went to sleep at like midnight. So yeah, Maddie, I think I'm gonna cut back on the pre-market trades. I mean, it's nice catching like maybe a couple of trades, but it's not worth, you know, risking any losses here on the live. Yeah, Paul said, this is why I made a personal rule to never trade Tokyo pre-market. No, smart rule, Paul. And that was my rule too. I think me and Maddie just got too excited because we saw so many trades hit during pre-market, like 2 weeks ago. So we were like, oh, we could wake up and cash like 6 trades before the live session. But it's not worth it. It really takes a toll on you, especially if you don't get enough sleep. Yeah, no, thanks, Rav. Yeah, I know nobody's blaming me, but I blame myself, because the thing is, I know that I could have avoided all this. Like, you know, you guys know how much I hate losing trades, and especially if they could have been easily avoided. Yeah, it just bothers me, because it's like, man, I could have just, if I focused, I could have been doing a lot better, but it's all good. Shit happens and we bounce back from it. All right, guys. So as you guys can see right here, there's a lot of zones being created on this low right here, right? So what I would anticipate is if price starts to push up. So this is the cool thing. You guys remember how we have these mid-market reversals, right? So the thing is, if price continues to push up higher, like this is where the cool thing can happen. Price can push up higher, consolidate further. And then when it gets close to the mid-market reversal area, if there's a lot of lows around this area, so you guys can see there's, price is kind of getting close to this area. But if you guys can see that there's a lot of lows here, like there's a lot of these, then when price gets close to this area right here, where the mid-market reversal happens, you guys know exactly where the liquidity is sitting. So when it comes down and triggers like, the low here, it's probably going to drop even further and drop even further. And then you'll know where it's going to stop at. It should probably be right there. So for a lot of you guys who try to catch those mid-market reversals, these high lows are going to be very key. Just make sure to keep them on your chart so that you guys can identify, when and where price will likely push and where to likely stop. That's the key, guys. Like the key that I always try to teach you guys here is understanding your trade completely before you enter it. So whenever you enter a trade, you need to know exactly where you want to exit and where you might want to let it ride even further. Yeah, Peter said you need a double espresso before coming on the live. Yeah, you know what? I'm actually going to go buy an espresso, so I might get it this week. When I go buy an espresso, I'll be all hyped up for these live sessions like I've been lately. Okay, Charlie said I'm not going to take any more trades other than our live session. No, and that's what you should probably do, Charlie. I mean, if you guys can do that and just focus on the live session, you guys can easily pass your FTMO, right? The main goal here is to be consistent. If you guys can make a lot of profit here on the daily, on the live sessions, and then not lose anything after, you guys will be perfectly fine. Because one thing that a lot of people tell me too is that you guys gain a lot of confidence just hearing me talk. Like a lot of people just want to hear me talk sometimes because I'm always analyzing the charts. So, if that's the case, then, great. And the good thing about these live sessions is that we can be fully focused for like 1.5 hours, right? And then after that, you guys can go on, do whatever you guys want to do, which is, in my perspective, probably the best way to do it. Rick said, I need a hobby that requires my time from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Right, Rick? You're in the middle of the desert, Rick. You can just go in your backyard and go shooting if you wanted to. Actually, no, depending on which area of Arizona are you at. Yeah, if I had that, it'd be a really cool luxury. Actually, I haven't gone shooting in a while. Probably go shooting this week. But yeah, like Rick said. So Rick said he needs a hobby from like 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Guys, that's the whole reason why I bought a PS5. Like I don't even play games anymore, but I bought a PS5 so that I can be busy between the times where I'm not trading. I don't even use it anymore. Maybe I should just go buy a new game and it'll keep me occupied during the off sessions. Or I'll just go back and back test this thing that I was mentioning before, guys. This new thing that we've been applying. This would be useful. Ken said, Sean is about to buy a stock simulator game. Honestly, I look on the iPhone sometimes on their app store. I look for like their little games, investing games, stock games. And I was playing this one game. It was kind of, I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's like this game where you build a weed shop and you kind of just grow weed shops around the world. It was fun for a while, and then I realized that I wasn't really going anywhere, so I just deleted it yesterday. Yeah, Rick said you have a full-on arcade downstairs. No, I do actually. I have an arcade here downstairs in my building. And I do go there sometimes just when people come visit. Scrolling over here real quick, see if there's anything else that I'm missing. Yeah, Charlie said, I was just looking at my FTMO tracker. He would have passed 200K in 8 days if he didn't take those, bad trades he lost past the live session. All right, we got a pending high here. This would possibly be a variation. Actually, no variation there. Maybe a V1, but it doesn't look like it. Paul said, my dad gave me his SAR 09 for an early birthday present as a pistol. Oh yeah, I think I've seen the SAR 09 before. I think I've seen that the Oh yeah, no, this thing's nice. Kind of looks like a Glock, but like more high end. Yeah, also nice gun. That's cool, Paul. Yeah, I only have two right now. The Smith and Wesson, and I have an M4 shotgun. Definitely want to get something new though. It's a cool gun. Yeah, this is a gun that I don't want to put on my YouTube. They'll probably ban my YouTube, or they'll probably demonetize my YouTube if I show a gun on here. But no, it's a cool gun, Paul. I want to get a Glock actually, just because they're like so easily customizable. A lot of aftermarket stuff for them. Let me scroll down a little bit. Maddie said broke the high, pushed high. Yeah, I noticed that right there, Maddie. So I pushed it up a little higher, but no variation off there, unfortunately. It was close to get a variation 2 right here, it looks like, but it didn't close. Or a variation 1, actually, sorry. Yeah, Lucas said take K2s to the metaverse. Yeah, you know, it's crazy. I actually bought, if you guys remember, a couple weeks ago, I told you guys that I bought an Oculus. I think the Amazon driver stole my Oculus because it didn't come in the packaging and it never came. It just said that it got lost. I was like, I don't know, Oculus is going to get lost. It's crazy because all of the attachments came, like the head, I bought an extra headband and I bought the carrying case. So the carrying case and the headband came, but the Oculus was missing. So I'm like, what the hell? So I think my Amazon driver stole my Oculus, but it's okay. Amazon refunded me already. So I might just have to buy another one. But no, definitely, I was looking to buy some stuff on the metaverse. Let's see. Yeah, Solange said analysis on point as usual. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, so what might happen here is this pullback might happen and then it just might come back down. So this might pull back a little bit and then eventually it'll just drop right back down once it hits those areas of liquidity. Yeah, Ken said fundamentals in the green. Okay, cool. So that's a sign to maybe chill out for a little bit, wait for it to come right back down. So yeah, it was in the green. Now it's back to negative 20. So it's getting close to 8, guys. You know, usually from 8 to 9, price consolidates. 9 to 10, price consolidates further. And then 10 to 12, usually that mid-market reversal comes. So yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to have any entries at this moment or anytime soon. Oh, nice, nice. Randy has a CZ too, Shadow too. I like the CZs too, Randy. That one's actually really nice too. I've seen that one before. I wanted to get a CZ before I got my Smith and Wesson, but I got my Smith and Wesson during COVID. So there weren't very many options. Everything was kind of sold out. I couldn't get any Glocks because the Glock factory was down. I mean, it was sold out everywhere. Yeah, I think it's nice. Yeah, it's really nice, Randy. It's awesome. Seeing. Barack said, good day, guys. It was a nice run. Thank you, Sean. I'll need to practice the high-low markups. These are a pretty solid form. Pretty solid from what I've seen. Yeah, no, definitely, Barack. So guys, like I mentioned before, if you guys want to practice this, what I do sometimes is I'll just go back. So I'll go back in time. If you guys have the rewind feature, I'll go back like kind of far, like maybe to like a couple days back, and then go to London Open. So I'll go to London Open like London Open was like somewhere right here. And then just draw like the high lows or something like that, right? So just go from like London Open and then just go and like draw these high lows and stuff. Because you guys will start to notice that a similar pattern keeps playing out. Like for example, I'm going to draw these high lows right here. And I'm just using this as an example, not that it matters or means anything, but let me just show you guys right here. and there's no entry here, but I'm just going to show you guys what I was just discussing earlier. So say you go from like midnight, which is London open. And then for example, right here, say you have a buy entry. I know there's no buy entry here, but if there was a buy entry, and say you're waiting for it to break past this area right here, your price would push up higher, and then you'd have your next high over here. So if you guys want to go back and practice this just to identify these. So as you guys can see, so check this out. See how the price broke this area right here? So like I mentioned before, guys, see how price, and I'm saying like if we had like a daily entry or something like that, say you had a daily running right here and price broke this high, right? We would anticipate price to push up to this next one right here, because this is the next high. These already been broken, so these are irrelevant. This is the next high. As you guys can see right here, price pushes up. There's another high right here, right? So say you already get pulled out of this position, say you hit your TP or whatever. When price comes back to this area right here, so this low here has been invalidated. We have a buy signal here. Oh, this is actually, so check this out. This is a version 2, right? We have a low right here. We have a low, strong green candle, no wick. So this right here technically would be a V2, right? Normally for a V2, you're only going for 100 pips, which would be right here. The fact that you guys know that high-low thing that I just mentioned to you guys today, and if you guys want to go back and rewatch this replay, you guys can see that instead of just going for here, we can go for here instead, right? So instead of going for that partial TP, let it run, and there you go, bam, full TP. So you basically would have doubled up your position. So you would have made 100 pips off this. Instead of going for just 100 pips, you make 200 pips. And it's as easy as that. So if you guys want to go back and play around with it, feel free, go and just rewind it and just have fun with it, guys, because this is fun. When I figured this out, I was like, damn, I can make so much profit this year. I was already thinking of things I'm going to buy. I was like, I'm going to get a new car, get a new house, get all this stuff. But yeah, you guys just, keep your dream, keep goals in mind, guys. Because if you guys are trading for like no reason, you're not really going to have that drive to do better and get better. If you guys have goals in mind, like if you want to buy a car, if you want to buy a house, if you want to buy a new computer, you want to buy whatever, that's going to keep you motivated to do better every time. And it's going to keep you motivated to not make mistakes. So if you guys want to go back and back test, I mean, you guys can see, I just showed you an example right there out of nowhere, that it works pretty solid. Other than that, yeah, Peter said when Biden speaks, he's going to push the daily to TP2. Yeah, so Maddie's done too. Nice. Yeah, I kind of want to get a Glock. I was trying to get a concealed and carry around here in California. I know it's a little difficult, but in Orange County, it's actually not that difficult. I forgot what it was. I think it's a Glock 23. It's one that's kind of smaller that you can carry as a conceal and carry. Yeah, I think it's a 23. Yeah, it's a 40 cal too, pretty strong. Let me scroll over here real quick. Rick said, looks like we're gonna need a K2 subgroup, K2 sub Telegram gun group, right? We only taught guns from like 9 to 3. Yeah, it's too funny. Yeah, Maddie said he's gonna go study this. Rav said he's gonna check it out. Yeah, Maddie said that X6 looks like it might come pretty soon. Sean, I might have to go with you to get the Urus. Yeah, I know, right, Maddie? Always keep goals in mind, guys. Always. Rick said I'll give you all my 40 ammo. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I actually have a lot of 40 ammo. Every time I go to the range, I buy like a couple boxes, and I don't even need it because I do these keep stacking up in my little bin. Yeah, no variation right here, guys. A couple of you guys saw a variation here for a buy. Damn, 800 rounds. Yeah, I'm down, Rick. When I come to Arizona, we'll probably have to go. I'll probably bring mine with me, or I'll see what when we go out there. I know it's a lot more fun out there. Same with like Vegas too. A lot of open desert. All right, guys. So I think that's it for the session. I don't see anything else here. It's already 8:02. I don't recommend people trade after 8. I mean, if you guys want to, feel free. Charlie, you probably shouldn't. Just wait for the next live session. Charlie said pending 3-minute pending sell. Let me go check that real quick. I'm not looking to take it, but yeah, Charlie did mention that there's a 3-minute pending sell, which might be pretty solid because the 10-minute daily here hasn't hit yet. Yeah, there's actually a lot of entries here that are popping up. There's a snipe here that actually already hit, or it's already running. So Talanji noticed the snipe right here. I actually didn't see it myself, but yeah. Snipe right there. Currently running to full TP. Obviously, it's not going to count. We didn't cash that. There's another sell here off the 3-minute. So one thing that you guys might be able to use here too is the same thing that I did there on the 1-minute. I haven't tested it on the higher time frames, but if you guys want to play with it, you know, it might be useful here too. Actually, damn, I'm just looking at it right now. Guys, check this out. If we had a sell over here, like the same thing that I just mentioned right now with the high lows, it might work here too. Because now that I'm here on the 3-minute, I see a lot of areas of liquidity right here. So as price drops below here, it's probably going to push down to this next one, which is going to be the TP area. But I don't recommend taking it, guys. It's after 8, so I don't recommend taking it. If this happened before, then possibly. But you know, you guys can go back and see if this hits, which it will probably hit. I just don't want to take any risks because it's already after 8. Volatility starting to die down a little bit. Yeah, exactly. Maddie said he would have been done. He would have been down before 8, but it's after 8, so volatility is going to die down here. Might be hard to catch the move because it's probably just going to go sideways for a while for like the next 2 hours or so. Because I mean, yeah, check this out, guys. Like the thing is, if it hits this area, then it's probably just going to keep dumping even lower to this area, and then from here even lower down here. Because you guys can see, like guys, check this out. This is where I think it's kind of crazy because. Okay, so we go back right here, right? I'm just going to show you how crazy this is. Because it's freaking crazy. Like in my mind, I think this kind of blows my mind. So we have the low here. And these aren't just normal lows. These are like using the high-low indicator. So it's identifying actually like some solid lows. So check this out right here, guys. Look, I have all these lows here drawn up. So see where price currently is right here. When price comes down, and we don't have an entry here, but just say if we did have an entry here, see how price breaks below here? It hits this, hits liquidity, pushes lower to here. When it hits this point, it's probably going to drop even lower, right? To this next one. And when it hits this one, it's going to hit this one. And this is where jackpot hits, right? Like, check this out. It hits this right here. You see that the liquidity, it like literally hits it and just pushes so fast. Now that it's hit this one, it's going to push down to the next one. And then this is like jackpot mode. Like when you hit this point right here, I'm like, all right. When it hits this right here, it's going to drop way down here, right? And check it out. Boom, it hits it. Jackpot mode. Damn, look at that. That's a crazy move right there. So, yeah, no, freaking solid. But yeah, and this is, I mean, I just literally started playing with this yesterday. So, I mean, I've been playing with it on and off, but I started like really back testing it yesterday and it worked really cool. So I showed Maddie it and then Maddie's like, oh yeah, I don't think Maddie understood it at first, but now that he's seen it actually play out like during the live session, I think he understands that like it does work now. And yeah, as you can see right here, this is probably going to hit TP. So, yeah, no, looks solid. All you guys took it, man. All you guys took this trade like without me even looking. So let me see. Charlie said, yeah, I caught it for 400 profit and pulled out. Rick took it. He made 248. Matt took it too. Now I'm glad to see that you guys are profiting off this. You know, it's gonna hit TP probably. But yeah, guys, you know, if you guys want to go back and just test this, I think you guys are gonna have a lot of fun with it because I had a lot of fun with it yesterday. That's why I was like excited to show Maddie this morning. I was like, Maddie, check this out. And then I don't think Maddie like really understood how it worked. And then when he saw him take the sell this morning, because I told him to do, I was like, well, I'm probably gonna put a sell here and I'm gonna catch the drop. And it hit. So yeah, like with what Maddie said here, we're matching it with actual entries. We're not just taking the sells and just writing it down. We're looking for actual entries and we're just writing the trade longer than we normally would. So, you know, just FYI guys, don't be entering trades for no reason. Enter a trade because you guys actually see something there. Because there's not always going to be liquidity there, right? Even though there's going to be areas where price can probably catch liquidity, like liquidity grabs, it's not always going to work out that way, even though it looks like it does. So I'm not going to give you guys any ideas here, but let me give you guys a little idea here. So check this out. I just saw this right here. I was like, yeah, this is pretty crazy. So like, check this out. There's a high there. Another high right here. So this is where it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense when there's a lot of liquidity in one area. So check this out right here. This is where I kind of would YOLO. Like yesterday, I kind of YOLO'd into these moves because I saw that there was a lot of areas of liquidity, or we'll call them liquidity, but technically they're just highs. So as you guys can see here, there's like a lot right here, right? There's like two. Again, right here, there's like one right there. There's technically two. So if you guys see areas like this, where there's a lot of highs that are next to each other, like check this out. If price pushes up above here, and this would technically be a pivot scalp entry, right? So like, check this out. Boom, buy signal, right? You get a buy signal right there. This is a pivot scalp entry because you have a buy signal above the pivots. Where's price going to go from this point? It's going to go up to here, right? There you go. Now it's reached this point. Where's it going to go to from here? It's going to go to that point. Boom. Price gets to that point. Where would it maybe go? Up to here, right? And there you go. Rick's like thinking about all FTMOs he's going to pass today. So you guys can see, if you guys go back test this, it's actually pretty fun to go and see this stuff actually play out. Rick, don't get any ideas. I mean, I know you are getting ideas, but don't get any ideas. Because these are pretty big moves. I mean, honestly, if you took these moves here, you could technically make, I mean, you could literally pass your FTMO in like one day. So, you know, hopefully my advice here helped you guys out. And if you guys want to play around with it, feel free. You know, just keep in mind, there's a lot of areas of liquidity right here coming up. So, yeah, something to play around with. Let me go back to the 1 minute. Yeah, there's technically a variation here for a V2 guys, but I mean, it's too late for me to enter. I probably would have taken this, to be honest, because I would, so the thing with this right here, guys, is I do think these trades are probably going to keep pushing down because I mean, I already hit TP, it's too late, or almost to it, because the 10-minute is still running, but not really looking to take any risks here. Rick said I'm 8-lotting here from for to 335. Damn, I should have entered this late. So the reason why I'm like I was kind of tempted to enter the trade is because we have a 3-minute running and we have a 10-minute running. We have like 3 10-minute runnings. We have this running, this running, this running, this running. So I already had a feeling this was going to hit TP. You know, if it drops below to that little zone right there, Attempted to take that there. Now I gotta move my stop loss closer now and my TP closer, because the thing with this is that it's too low. So I have my TP somewhere around this area. But I don't recommend anyone FOMO into this trade, okay? Don't do it. But let me see. TP would probably be somewhere around this area right over here. But yeah. All right, guys. So I think I'm done for the session. I mean, if you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I think I'm just gonna chill out for the rest of the day. So my TP already hit as it comes back down, which was solid. All right, guys. So I think that's it for this here. Rick said, when there's a bag laying in front of you, you need to pick it up, right? Nice. Charlie actually locked in some profit off that too. Here, let me just check this real quick if I missed anything in the chat. Yeah, so Charlie over here. Yeah, Charlie's actually up 4,790 for the day. Nice work, Charlie. Other than that, Charles over here. So as you can see, price is pushing below this area. It's probably going to push to the next zone right there. And that's why I entered the trade, because the same thing that we've been looking at. But yeah, guys, all right, let me see if there's anything else here before I log off. Charles sending his profits, locking a total of 925. Nice work, Charles. All wins, no losses. Great work there. And I think that's it for now. So if you guys have more profits, go ahead and send them in. Otherwise, I think I'm done for the day. So I'm going to go find something to do from now until the next session. I'm going to go to the gym. But yeah, guys, if you guys have questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I will catch you guys tomorrow for the next live session. So see you guys till then, and we will pick back up on tomorrow's live session. So see you guys and have a great rest of your morning.